Have you ever wondered if North Carolina is perfect as it seems? Or why some people decide to leave this charming state? Before you make the move, let's uncover the surprising reasons behind their decision, ensuring it's the right choice for you. In this video, I'm going to uncover 7 reasons why people are moving away from North Carolina. Anyone can grasp to understand this migration trend. Many people overlook these critical factors, but I'm going to guide you through them and reveal what you might be missing. But first, let me share some compelling examples of how these reasons have impacted real-life decisions to leave North Carolina. Having relocated to North Carolina from California 3 years ago and actively helping families buy and sell real estate, I have gained a deep understanding of the local housing market and the factors driving these migration patterns. My firsthand experience and professional expertise offers a unique insight into what's influencing people's decision to move. Transitioning from sunny California to Camp Lejeune, North Carolina was nothing short of an adventure. My first introduction came during one of many mobility hikes, also known as humps. Before or after we spent 15 days in the field. The mosquitoes were relentless, swarming us with a ferocity I've never ever experienced. Each bite I would think, where the hell did these mutants come from? When we finally got back to the barracks, I discovered that chiggers had left their mark, with the red itchy welts covering my ankles. It was a new battle of misery one fought not just with endurance, but with constant vigilance. And then eventually, I discovered garlic pills. And then living in the barracks, I often found myself on the catwalk, checking out the landscape. It was both beautiful and daunting, a perfect reflection of the challenges we faced. The wilderness of North Carolina was undeniable. Yet amidst these trials, there was something captivating about this place. North Carolina's lush environment and warmth of its people taught me resilience and adaptability. And as I stood on that catwalk that night, looking into the buzzing night, and I realized that this place, with all its bugs, had carved out a special place on my skin.
This mosquito net's not working.
After a decade in the fast-paced hustle of Los Angeles, I craved a change. The constant rush and smog-infested city life had become overwhelming. So I decided to move back to North Carolina for a quieter pace. At first, I loved the calm. The air was fresh, the skies were open, and the silence was soothing. People waved from their porches, their cars, and on the sidewalks. And neighbors stopped to chat, making life feel like friendly and slow. It felt like a welcome escape from LA. But at the time, as time went on and the slowness started to feel like a grind, at the grocery store, the cashier chatted leisurely with other customers. And I found myself growing impatient, missing the efficiency of the city, which has felt like I was stuck in slow motion and struggled to adjust. And one evening, sitting on the porch, I realized the real problem was my mindset, and I needed to let go of the urgency that I brought from LA. And I decided to fully embrace the slower lifestyle and chatted with neighbors and even started feeding the wildlife with my kids in the backyard. And who would have ever thought? Gradually, the slow pace became a rhythm I enjoyed and learned to appreciate the present moment that I found that life doesn't need to be rushed to be meaningful. North Carolina taught me the best journeys are often about enjoying each step, not just racing to the finish. If you've gotten value from this video, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss one of my brand new weekly videos. When most people think of visiting North Carolina, they picture the breathtaking blooms of spring or the crisp air of fall. But summers, that's a whole different beast, with temperatures often climbing past 100 degrees and humidity making it feel hotter. And it's a test of endurance for anyone who dares to brave it. I remember my time at Camp Lejeune. Right by the coast, the humidity there was something you could almost touch, a thick blanket that wrapped around you, intensifying with the salty breezes from the ocean. It was an environment where even the most seasoned locals sought shade and cold drinks. Now I live in Hickory, a little further inland. It still gets a little humid here. The heat isn't quite as fierce because we're not by the coast. But make no mistake, summer in Hickory is still a formidable opponent. The air hangs heavy and the sun blazes right down, reminding us why many choose to escape the cooler places during these months. Yet there's a certain charm in seeing how life adapts to the heat. People gather in the evenings when the air cools down, sharing stories and laughter. It's time when communities come together, finding ways to thrive despite the sweltering conditions. In a way, the heat is more than just a weather pattern. It's a part of the identity of North Carolina, shaping the rhythms and the life of those who call it home. Springtime in North Carolina is a double-edged sword. The lush greenery and blooming flowers paint a picturesque scene, but they also bring the notorious pollen season. Everything turns yellow, cars, porches, and even the air. For anyone with allergies, it feels like an endless battle. These last 3 years, the pollen seemed worse than ever, but maybe I was just getting used to it since we didn't have this problem in California. Nor do I remember this being a problem in Camp Lejeune. Anyways, it clings to every surface, and it creeps into every corner of the house. Many residents armed with power washers, including us, spend hours blasting away the stubborn pollen from the driveways and porches, trying to maintain some semblances of cleanliness. Yet, amidst the frustration, there was a growing sense of determination. People began sharing creative solutions and practical tips for dealing with the yellow dust, turning it into a challenge and into a communal effort. People shared stories of their pollen battles, finding humor and connection in their shared plight. Ultimately, communities discovered that by facing the problem together, they not only managed to keep their homes cleaner, but also strengthened their sense of unity. The struggle against pollen is real. People embrace both the trials and the triumphs that each spring brings. Stop. Public service announcement. Hey there, I'm Adriano and yes, I remembered my name this time. Our entire team is here to help you make that exciting move to beautiful Hickory, North Carolina. Ready to start your new adventure? Go ahead and text, email, or call us at 704-234-7449 to get the ball rolling. And while you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell to stay in the loop with all our latest updates and tips. So let's make your move to North Carolina seamless and fun. So we can't wait to help you get settled. Leaving California was a monumental decision for me, driven by a deep desire to find community that truly aligned with my values. As a Marine Corps veteran, California's progressive politics often fell at odds with my beliefs. That's when a friend of mine, Marine retiree, spoke to me about Hickory, North Carolina, a town celebrated for its conservative roots. North Carolina is a state of contrasts. It's a classic swing state where liberal urban centers like Raleigh and Charlotte stand in stark contrast to the deeply conservative rural areas. Hickory is nestled in the rural landscape, providing a perspective that feels worlds apart from the city. Upon my arrival in Hickory, I sensed a mix of curiosity and caution from many locals. Many were concerned that I might have brought California's politics, climate here to Hickory. And I worried a bit, and I completely understood. But my intention was very clear. I wanted to quietly integrate into the community, respecting its traditions and values. And I began to build connections through simple, everyday interactions, sharing stories from my military days and having heartfelt conversations with the neighbors. Over time, people saw that I wasn't there to change their way of life, but to embrace it. And we discovered common ground in shared experiences and mutual respect, which eased my initial concerns, their initial concerns as well. Hickory quickly became more than just a place to live. It became a place I could truly call home. This journey taught me that despite the political divides across the state and across America, genuine connections are built in understanding and respect. In a swing state like North Carolina, these connections are what truly make a community thrive. North Carolina is known for its southern hospitality, where life flows as gently as summer breeze and community ties run deep. Traditionally, this meant and neighbors knew each other well, gathering on porches and share their stories with one another. But now, North Carolina is experiencing a remarkable transformation. A population boom has brought newcomers from California, New York, and Florida. It's all drawn to its charm, its natural beauty, and its welcoming atmosphere. These transplants bring diverse customs, adding fresh color to the cultural tapestry of the state. And the influx has led to a fascinating blend of traditions. Local diners now serve both regional favorites like grits alongside trendy dishes such as avocado toast. Music festivals now feature a mix of bluegrass to salsa, reflecting a broadening culture horizon, while some longtime residents feel a twinge of nostalgia. Many see the beauty in the newfound diversity. Importantly, this doesn't mean a loss of identity, rather it's evolution, an opportunity to embrace new traditions while honoring the old. The spirit of Southern hospitality remains strong, not diluted, but enriched by the tapestry of stories and experiences from people across the country. And across North Carolina, the essence of community and friendship thrives, evolving into something vibrant and inclusive. The state has found a new way to shine, welcoming new influences while holding on to the warmth and kindness that has always defined it. North Carolina is changing. In cities like Raleigh and Charlotte, the cost of living is soaring. Once known for affordable housing, the state now sees dramatic increases in home prices. Why? A booming job market and lots of new residents are driving up demand. While the supply of homes can't keep up, this has created a fiercely competitive real estate scene. But it's not just housing. Taxes are higher compared to nearby states like Tennessee and Georgia. This extra financial pressure is making many residents think twice about staying. Lower taxes and cheaper living in neighboring states are drawing people away in search of a more affordable life. This isn't just a trend, it's transforming North Carolina. Fewer people could mean a smaller workforce and fewer customers for local businesses, affecting the economy. Meanwhile, states like Tennessee and Georgia might see economic boosts as they welcome these newcomers. North Carolina's rising living costs highlight a big national issue, affordable housing, and its effect on where people choose to live. As leaders work to solve these problems nationwide, the state's experience offers important lessons on how to manage growth and affordability in today's fast-changing world. The decision made now will shape the future of North Carolina and beyond. So what does this all mean? Moving to North Carolina can be a wonderful experience if you know what to expect. From climate to culture, it's a state, but it's got its quirks. And if you're prepared, you just might find it's a perfect place to call home. Let me ask you guys, is there any other place that catches your eye? Or would you consider North Carolina? What are your thoughts moving to a new state? And let me know in the comments below. Want to know the reasons I left California? Click on the video above to discover more about why I made that decision right now.